Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. Today I want to show you guys the best way to play against Priest in Arena. And when you play in Constructed, Priest has a lot of different win conditions and the game is basically just completely different. But in Arena, there really is only one win condition that the Priest tries to develop. There's very few Priests that really go face, that try to play the aggressive game. Yeah, that does happen, but it's pretty much a pretty far outlier. And generally you're playing the type of game where the priest is going to try to play the biggest creature on the board and have it stick. So let's say if he has a Temple Enforcer, if you play something bigger than a Temple Enforcer, if he doesn't have Mind Control or Death, that's when he'll probably start losing. The issue with that is after a certain number of turns, your stuff tends to get mind controlled, and sometimes you eat a death and whatever, and that kind of sucks because you can't really have too many big creatures in the deck and have it be successful in Arena. But it's an even bigger problem with mind control. So this ends up being quite a big problem for classes that rely on big creature. And as it turns out, the biggest counter for Druid in Arena is Priest, because as a Druid, typically to beat mages, and it's usually what you need to do to be successful in Arena, you have to load your deck with some big stuff, and Druids get the biggest minion that's class-based, so they get the Ironbark Protector. And against the Priest, when you play an Ironbark Protector, it's turn 8, sometimes turn 7 if you have the coin, and what tends to happen is by turn 10, you have to pretty much kill it off so you don't get mind controlled. Because if you get your Ironbark Protector at full health, mind controlled, you are gone. And this type of strategy tends to be similar with other classes against Priest. And I'll show you guys a video at the end of this where I play a game as a Druid against the Priest where I think I played very, very well against the Mind Controller Reno. And in general, the best way to handle this situation is if you have a really big minion, you want to keep it at a health that if it gets mind controlled, you can kill it instantly with one of your other minions. So if you have an Ironbark Protector, you might want to, trade inefficiently just to have it take, like, let's say 5 damage or something like that. So your Ooze, your Fairy Dragon, for instance, can kill it off if it gets mind controlled. And if you have a creature that would go, kind of uncontested on the board, and it is turn 10, and you're doing pretty well, if you're not desperate, it's best not to play it at all. So if you have like a Boulder Fist Ogre and the board on both sides is filled with like 3/2 creatures, playing the Boulder Fist Ogre is a really bad thing because one, it's going to take up most of your turn. When you play it, it's probably going to eat up 3 of your creatures to attack. And the one case where this is not true is if you have lethal. So for instance, if you have like a really big creature that doesn't have taunt specifically, if you play it and if they spend all 10 mana to mind control it, then you can play it, clearly, because it makes mind control irrelevant. So these are a few of the tips. It's pretty important because once you get to a high number of wins, you usually just face mages, and mages people are used to playing against in Arena, but then you face all these classes that are good against mages, and Slow Priest really is the next one that you tend to face. So it's very important to have your game straight. It's very important to know how to play, and well, you gotta do well. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, hope you guys learned something. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Another decent opener. Priest might be difficult. Got the 1-drop. Try to Q snipe. Okay.
If you're sure. Drink with me, friend.
More card draw. And the light spawn. Okay. Early Holy Nova, perfect. This is a bit risky actually. I'm going to Stranglethorn Tiger instead. Because if he has like a Boulder Fist or something like that, the Druid Claw's in the open. I think I am going to attack here. If he has a death, it's okay. I think next turn I'm going to coin Ironbark. Oh my god. Holy fire. I think he has a death. I think he's just trying to save it. But I think that absolutely doesn't matter. I think we have to play the Ironbark. The reason we have to play the Ironbark is in 2 turns it gets mind controlled, so the idea is we do not give him 2 turns. We kill him before that, if he does nothing. Okay, so we got a swipe. And the Shield Master. And the Ironbark is low enough to where if it gets mind controlled now, it's fine.
I got the best deals anywhere.
What is this shit? What the fuck? Okay. That looks fun.
Where shall I strike?
For the wild. Drink with me, friend.
Smackdown.
They'll never know what
Challenge
Okay.
accepted.
shall I strike?
For the wild.
Don't think I had lethal. More healing than the priest. Yeah.
You have been.
Okay. That slam almost gives me a headache. Well, I know how I'm going to lose against the priest, so you just try not to set that up.